Good here. All right. Okay. We are live on everything. Everywhere. Turn that. Can I get that off? I do not want to see that. Where can I go? No, over here. Okay, good, perfect. All right, I want to show you guys something very interesting about the market. So this morning, yeah, we are up further after this breakout, very strong breakout. What was that stock? Can you guys remember when Trump won the Iowa caucus? The next morning, I know the market was doing better, but what stock was that? Do you remember that? There was a big stock. I can't remember which one it was. AMD, Nvidia, Netflix. I can't remember. That really flew. Does anybody remember what that was? Anyway, that was the beginning, and everything's starting to move strong like that. I don't remember which stock that was, but it was something decent. And all these stocks are starting to expand to their upside. And the market itself, like I was just saying, I'm going to say it again for the live. The market is expanding. The market is expanding like a rebirth, like a IPO quality of behavior, like we see in uh, growth stock stories. So, and it's doing it really explosively. The volume is increasing to, well, highest levels. Let's see. It's basically never before seen levels. We haven't seen levels like this since in about a year in volume. So what does that mean? Volume. Oh, that's money. So money's coming into the market. It's flowing in. It's like there was a dam, right? Or a river, and it was just waiting for, I guess, some certainty to be released. Was it DWAC? Yeah, maybe it was DWAC. Yeah, it was DWAC. DWAC, Carl, that's what it was. Thank you. Yeah, DWAC. And now that Trump is in the equation, the markets and people with money clearly have spoken, and their money is now flowing in. So now the interesting thing is that really kicks off a high volatility, high beta, high ADR percent um, movement on the markets. And what I want to show you is when that happens, like we've had three skip days in a row. These are called skip days when you have gaps in between them and it doesn't fill the gap, then it goes up more, and then it doesn't fill the gap, then it goes up more, then it doesn't fill the gap. Those are called skip days. Now, that doesn't go on forever, but those moments are usually the most explosive times in the market, and you're late, you know. I'm fully in. Hopefully, a lot of people are risk on who have been following me during these breakouts. But it's too late right now to get in on this. You can't catch something. It's like jumping off a pier trying to catch a ship that's already sailed and is on the horizon. I mean, you're just it's ridiculous. So, but the point is, though, there's going to be lots of this for a year or two or more. Lots of this, okay? But let's look at how coming out of the pandemic looked like, where we had skips like that. Skip days. You son of a bitch. Okay, here we go. We are rolling back, rolling back. Adam, don't be a bear in a bull market. All right, coming out of the pandemic, let me pull it up on the TikTok here chart as well. Okay, here we go. When you had skip days, what I want to show you, the interesting thing that you need to be aware of is when we had skip days, sometimes we'll have, a red pullback day. But in the midst of skip days, if a red pullback day happens, what I wanted to show you was usually the next day is an entrance or the bottom of that pullback day. And you can see that that's the case here. And then you had skip day and then some progress. Then we have pullback and then back in again and then pull back and then back in, pull back in. So what's interesting is what I'm saying is when the market is really, really expanding like that, the pullbacks are usually only one day long. And so you may have missed it and you shouldn't get in on a, very extended point like this. You should already be in and be taking profits along the way or adding to anything that's at pole position. But when there's a pullback day, by the end of the day, you'll know, and you can start to position in some things, or the next day, be looking for entries and breakouts and be on the ready, depending on especially how your settled cash situation might be. So that's really important to note because these incredible expansions in the market, we don't know how long they'll last before they reach valuation. It could be a lot more to go, but it's going to get there. The market will front run as fast as it can. And then once it's there, everyone owns the goose that laid the golden egg and they're not going to sell it to anybody else. This is the time to be scooping up. All right. So, just wanted to make that clear that, and definitely you do not want to be a bear in a bull market. You want to be a bull in a bull market, but you just want to be a patient bull. You want to be, really like a lion, is a better analogy. Willing to be patient and wait for your prey. Be selective. All right, well, good morning, everybody. Let's see, what time is it? 9:22. Excellent. We've got 7 minutes before the market opens. And the market is opening elevated again with a gap. And it's been testy up here. And we'll see what happens once the market opens. Any big names on the horizon? No. It's the start of the new week. We know that SMCI, one of our favorites, has been running like mad. Incredible run it's been on. It's called the return button. Hit it. So, it had just the greatest breakout the other day on a long base that it was in. But you see, it was a prior huge mover. That's 246% in 98 days, and more, or also similar strong increments prior to that. And so that whole consolidation period before breakout, all the big traders were waiting for. It was a big name. Everyone was following it. It was kind of like the darling of 2023 for growth traders. Okay, high growth traders. Nvidia did well, 58% big caps, but SMCI for high growth traders, this one was pretty much the number one darling for 2023. But you had to wait a whole 6 months for the last couple of days of entries, and I mean the last couple of weeks of entries. And you can see I got in many times. We're playing SMCI. We're in SMCI, and it is now at 455 in pre-market. Was at 423 before. I don't know if there's news on Apple, but Apple's at 191.56. The market opens in 5 minutes. But Apple's lagging, you know. So even Apple's doing got skip days going on. You know, it's just you could see it. The total like a new behavior in the last two trading days since Thursday and Friday of last week. When was the Iowa caucus? Let's see. Was that Wednesday night? Does anybody remember when the Iowa caucus was? January 15, 18, 17, 16, 15. Well, that wasn't really what set it in motion, apparently, because it was on the 15th. Yeah. And we didn't get really cooking until Thursday. So I don't know. That's a little odd. It might have been the whole semiconductor thing then. Is this screen? Okay, good. You got 192, 193 calls expiring today, bought Friday, so I'm stoked. Yeah, everyone's a winner in a bull market, you know. Just, keep your risk on and sell into moves, sell into strength, sell into moves, and then it takes a breather and then get into something else. It helps if you know how to read charts and understand where setups are and where entrances are. Yeah, Carl, I'm thinking it kind of was that. It was the semiconductor earnings report from TSMC, and I think another one did mediocre, right? But I think TSMC really did it, which is TSM. Yeah, yeah, it could be, could be. I mean, the semiconductor index is lit up. It looks great. Clearly, that's a lot of where things are coming from. If we go over to Netflix, we're not seeing it. We go over to Microsoft, we're seeing measured movement up. That's fine, but it's not, skip jumping like this semiconductor index is. So maybe that's what it is. All right, 3 minutes before the open, we'll see what's hot at the open after a minute from the open. We need to get 1 minute of trading in first. I'm gonna get this a little bit more pretty. There we go. Look at that. Ooh, I love that. Okay. All right, 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Apple pumping on upcoming ER. Yeah, that's what it looks like to me. It doesn't really look, it's not in the right spot either on their chart. Like, what have they done? What is it? There's nothing new going on. So if there's nothing new, then what's going on? Nothing new. All right, let's pull up the market. Let's watch the market. The QQQ moves 32% more than the SPY. So if you want to make more money, you use QQQ. You trade QQQ. People who trade SPY are just stupid. They definitely don't have 25 years experience. They probably have one, maybe two, maybe three. But eventually you catch on. Like even Jay Dunn, he's like, you know what? I'm gonna start trading futures now. I'm like, dude, I've fucking been telling you to trade futures instead of options for like a year. It takes time for people to learn shit. I like Jay Dunn though. Time for MSFX, yeah, but not yet. Because there's Microsoft. It's already in trade. and taking profits. It's not an entry. Well, we're going to see possible entries at the market open here within the first minute, 2 or 3 or 5. All right, we're going to open up in about 30 seconds, I think. Yep, 30 seconds. Didn't they do well, Tommy? Who? Oh, yeah. TSMC? Yeah, yeah. BYD, what is that? Build Your Dreams? Is is BYD on the market? Well, I'm gonna have to take a look at that, but you're gonna have to remind me, okay, Adam? I'll take a look at it, but just the market's opening right now. All right, 7 seconds to the market open. Randy, good morning. Market's opening like right now. All right, we're opening up. I got an alert on GRTX. Let me see. Okay, let's see how GRTX goes. We want this. 66% move in 3 days. 11% ADR. If GRTX penny stock gets over 19 cents, guys, that's a penny stock trade, intraday trade, pseudo swing trade entry, which could double your money, I don't know, maybe not double your money, but 30 to 50% your money in a week or two. GRTX. We're having extreme volume on the market right now. Very, very strong volume. And it looks like the market is being bought up. And I got to look at a few positions. But let's see. The first minute of the market has spoken. And now, which side of that first minute it breaks and closes above or below on the second minute will dictate some near-term direction. It's looking bullish. So this would be another skip day if that's the case. All right, VNO. There it goes. The market is definitely following through. VNO. VNO. This is a realty trust. Made a 52% move in 16 days. 4% ADR. If you're interested, this is a channel entry potentially happening here. If it can remain bullish today, VNO will be good. Rambus doing well. Let's take a look off the open. Okay, Rambus following through. Not necessarily an entry. SMCI, like I said, was at 455. Is now at almost 470. I mean, it just continues to be flying. I think I'm gonna have to just simply release my calls. I mean my short call. Anyway, where is that here? Here we go. This is usually when you want to stay in, though. I think I'm just gonna stay in. I'll just stay in. Is today a day you just let positions ride? Correct. And take partial profit. 1% to whatever. Good question. Good question. Okay, so top of our list, SMCI, Carvana. These are names we're already in all these. SMCI, Carvana, Affirm, GitLab, IoT. Carvana is breaking out of a downward channel. Carvana for an entry. Absolutely. Looking good on Carvana. Here's what that looks like for people on TikTok. That's a downward channel breakout entry. You can't really see the downward channel. Let me see if I can get that indicator on there. Let's see. Linear regression 21. Copy. Put it over here. Go over to Carvana. Paste it on. There we go. And now, will it show up over here? I think I have to refresh. Let's see what happens. Oh, it's not on that. That's a different window. Let's see. How can I copy paste across the computers? That's what I'm basically trying to do right now. Yeah, it's not important. God, the market is flying, you guys. Look at that on the bottom of your screen, TikTok. It's a beautiful day to be fully invested. If anyone's looking for an entry, we called one out there. That was Carvana, and there's others, but Carvana's in a perfect breakout entry. We're already in it. We've had plenty of entries. I think I alerted an entry on Thursday, Friday, perhaps. Yeah, should have. Maybe I didn't see it. If not, check out DWAC. All right, but we're also in DWAC. Yeah, DWAC continuing to be astounding. Dwack looking good. I might thank you for bringing that to my attention because I might just cut my. Oh, I don't have calls on that. Excellent, excellent. I like me. I've done well. Let's see here. Yeah, we're up big on Carvana this morning. That's one of some of the biggest. Coin. So what are we seeing? Bitcoin moving around? Well, coin is just triggering a little bit of an entry. Yeah, we had a bottoming tail candle entry on Friday. Really sneaky. Just really cool though. We love those sneak entries, advanced entry techniques. Whoops. Oh, there you are. It looked like Randy, you weren't here. There you are. I was like, Randy, you just got here. Where'd you go, my friend? There you are. Now you said you're well, I don't want to, we're live on every channel, but wherever you are, Randy, which I think I know where you are, because we talked about it before, and I just don't want everybody to know. If you don't want everybody to know, I gotta come out there sometime, with the family, because I'm not saying where people are and stuff, but Disney World is fun. Anyway, you're near there, are you not? Are you like halfway between somebody? Uh, what's going on with Intel? We got some panic or something going on with what's wrong with Intel? Joe is freaking out. Intel is doing fine. What? I guess he's just not used to a stock moving down 40 cents. What happened to Carvana in COVID? I think it did well during COVID because people wanted you know, a, um, a humanless way to buy cars. All right, all right, all right. So the list on, the names that are at the top of my list here are PSNY off of the open. And yeah, that's 4 days in a row now. Very strong. Yeah, except this is a downtrend. So I would stay away from that one. It is interesting. It is interesting to have 4 days in a row like that, but we have 1,100 stocks that look good. We simply don't need to pick something like this. Rhymes with Snisney World. It was really good. Oh shit, Carl. I wouldn't even be alive if we were friends. Like if we were near each other, I'd be you know, heart attack. I'd be laughing so hard. You're fucking hilarious. God damn it. Holy shit. AXSM. We would be smoking cigars endlessly. And anyway, where the fuck do you live, Carl? Are you in the cold? right now. AXSM, that's an entry on AXSM. The move from the bottom to the top was 67.56% in 58 days. It is putting in a 4.5% ADR. And that's an entry to this morning, and it's already moving a lot. So like it's like now or never, shit or get off the pot. Fisker trending up this morning, and then for those of you, obviously, if you can take a look at the options when you are thinking about getting into these, and if they're liquid enough, open interest, volume, whatnot, you would sell a put credit spread for instead of going long. That'll also help your timing. It makes you not late. Well, let's see here. Carvana, AXSM. Fisker trending up this morning. I don't know. Let me see. I think it's looked pretty terrible. Fisker, dude, shut up. You're trying to pump Fisker? Get the fuck this shit stock out of here. Come on, look at this. If you're in a shit stock, just shut up. Okay? Would that be all right? Talk about a good stock. Let's talk about a good stock. Holy fucking shit. Anyway, what else you got for me, Eddie? INSP. Let's see. This is not a platform to pump shit stocks. I mean, maybe you have some kind of amazing thesis off the bottom, but did you know that there's over 1,000 other stocks doing outstanding right now? Nobody cares. Like, good for you. I don't mean to be mean. I mean to be like your friend, your buddy. I'm trying to tell you. Like, come on. TSM, yeah, it's doing outstanding. Look at this INSP. Who got an INSP? Do I have some? I should have. This is looking great. I should have got this INSP. Where is it here? Damn, do I not have this? Damn. Well, I alerted it to you guys. Cloudflare, a W pattern. Yeah, I'd like to see that. I'm just double checking I have INSP or not. I can't believe I do not. I guess I took profits already. I think I have this. No? Strange. All right, I'm going to take a quick look at my history and my account here and see if I had it, because that's a little weird. I literally have an alert here. I guess I alerted you guys, and maybe I was already fully allocated and couldn't get a position. Wow, no position for 30 days. Dude, this INSP is like outstanding. It's gorgeous. It's like the best charts we ever see, INSP. So anyway, it's too late now, but the entry was back when I alerted it, and hopefully some of you are in it. Okay, Cloudflare. That'd be net, right? Net. Net. Okay, yeah, I'm in net. It's doing great. Yep, outstanding. Great. It's doing its thing. It's not even, I mean, it's not even that it's a W pattern, The idea is this is an Atlas pattern, by the way. This is my own pattern that we call an Atlas pattern, which is similar to a VCP, but it's more like a high tight flag. So there's a high tight flag consolidation area up here on net, reversing off the 200. And there were cheat entries at the bottom of the consolidation. That's the best place to get in. Right now you could get in, but it's a little bit higher risk. And but I totally see what you mean by the W pattern, but that's also called a VCP, and there were cheat entries in there. Like Friday was a great entry. Perfect example was Friday was a great entry. All right, we are 15 minutes into the market open. Let's see what else we got here. We got Chewy. Nah, we don't like Chewy. Never mind on that. Wolf. No. Maybe WULF, but anyway. IoT, no, NXT. These are all the ones that are strongest off the open. All right, let's try some mids. Tanaya. Oh yeah, Tanaya, phenomenal fucking flying, you guys. Tanaya. I mean, I call it Tanaya. Oh yeah, no, maybe it is. I was thinking, oh, maybe it's Tanya Therapeutics, but no, it is Tanaya. Tanaya Therapeutics. Ah, yes, bastard, pull it up. Trying to pull it up for the TikTok people. There you go. Look at that incredible breakout. The signal that I put out on that, I believe, was either Friday or even Thursday cheat entry. It should have been there should have been a signal over the last 2 weeks, any of those at the bottom of that consolidation. As you can see, when I put out a cheat entry signal, if you see that and it says, the ticker name, cheat entry or pullback entry, early entry, reclaim entry, anything like that, you can see how good it is to do to put some risk on those. This is a great example. It went from our cheat entry, which would have been at the perfect price would have been $3.13, is now $4.55. So 455 divided by 313 from entry is 45% in 3 days. 2 days, really. 45% in 2 days. That's on shares. If this was options, you'd be looking at, like 450%. Probably that's exactly correct. All right, also YPF Wolf, VFC, Moderna, and CRISPR. A lot of biotech popping this morning. Pay attention to that. That in itself is a signal. Okay, no, CRISPR is still in a consolidation. This is a great area to own, but it hasn't taken off yet. But it will. It will follow through. Earnings is coming up too, by the way, CRSP. We also got AFRMs on both lists. Omega, OMGA. Let's see. Nah, nothing too good going on there. How about smalls? Let's see. Atai, ARCQ, ARCQT. I don't even know how you pronounce that, but yes, cheat entry on RQT, and this is an awesome sneak entry on RQT. Today is one of those days you will look back at and go, God damn, I wish I got it on that day, So, these are the cheat entries we look for. It was actually a signal on Friday, but today it finally caught up over Gamma, makes my candles feel green, and that's an entry. I'm going to go get some on that right now. It'll tell me if I already have a position when I pull it up. Okay, I do not, and the options suck, so it's going to have to be shares, but it's only 366, so that's good. So let's see. Stop should be at 310, so it's like a 50-cent stop. So I need like 2,000 shares. Is that correct? Yeah, I believe so. And but I don't think I have that available. I'm too allocated. I don't think it will give me that. Maybe sometimes. It depends on the buying power effect. Nah, I won't be able to do that. But you guys, it's good. Excuse me, ARQT. ARQT. Let's see if I can get 1,000 shares. I just don't have enough free right now. Nah. Bummer. I mean, I'll go over and check the options, but they're highly illiquid looking at them. And I just checked the spread real quick, and yeah, no, they're a no-go. Oh, man, that would be really nice. All right, well, moving on, continuing on. IGMS. ETF, do I like? Yeah, sure, Tommy. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Hold on one second, though. Let me look at this IGMS. Yeah, this IGMS looks great. It's been popping up on our list a lot. Woo, just a gorgeous move. It was an entry on Wednesday of last week, and it's moving along beautifully, but it's still within a cheat and consolidation area. You just would need to put your stop and size your risk to $9 stop to 9. So you see it gets a little bit bigger right now. It's at 11, so it's $2 a risk. So even to make 2 to 1, you needed to go $4 or to $15 from here. But that looks perfectly reasonable, to be frank. What is the ADR in that? It's not reading right on my screen. Okay, 11%. It's kind of strange printing here. So you wanted me to give you the Tommy? Are you still there, Tommy? I'm going to give you the ETF for biotech as soon as I think of it. Which I'm trying to remember what it is. Bio something, I think, or there's a really good one. Let me see. Let me just type biotech and see if I can put in funds. XBI, I do, or Labu. That's the 3X one. Labu. Yeah, but look at that. What a great. Now that's one I want to grab some on right now if I don't already have it. Labu. What a great entry signal right now on Labu, right over Kama too. Kama Lama Ding Dong. We love our Kama. Yeah, I want to get some of that right now, and it should be very liquid. Come on, motherfucker. I tell you, Thinkorswim is such a bitch. All right, Labu. Labu. Oh man, it's not as liquid as I had hoped, but it still has 1,200 shares traded already. But let's see. Let's go over to the March 15 and see if the bid asks are decent. Ooh, the open interest is so thin. So thin. But the bid asks are pretty reasonable. Yeah, I can do it. But the only really liquid strikes are 109, 110. And what's the delta on those? 34. That's too high. I need more strikes. 50. Okay. Man, what's a guy got to do to get some good strikes in this over here? Man, yeah, the volume is a little bit too low with Labu for options, but excellent for shares. Labu looks great, you guys. I'm gonna try one of these other biotech ETFs. XBI. Okay, that looks good. Let's help us the liquidity on that one. Now this one is 3x less. This one's normal leveraged. The other one, Labu, is 3x leveraged. So you make more money. So it's almost like buying options, when you buy the shares on that. I could consider that, but let me see. I don't think I have the cash right now available. 86, 89, $3 a risk, 333 shares for me, and divided by, dollars of risk, and divided by 3 is 100. 100 shares would be $8,500. No, don't have that available right now. I don't have that free. Yeah, shares, Tommy. All right, XBI. Let me check the liquidity on this. 4,200 options traded already. That's good. That should be all right. And where's the 20 delta? 8180. Let's see if that's what I would want. XBI. I'd be okay with going even 8584. Maybe I'm crazy. Or 8382. Let's see. 8382 is 2926. No, 8382 is 25. That's what I want. The 8382 spread. And I need to get, looks like 13 of those, but what I'll do is I'll just spread it more. Let's see. $23 for $77 of risk, guys. That's amazing. A 30% ROC. All right, but what I'm going to do, I think, is 85.80. That way I can roll into interesting ways. Let's see what that would be. 119 divided by 381. 31% ROC. It's even better. So I'll get 2 of those. 3 of those. All right. And, ooh, it's right on the cusp of my available funds. Let's send it. filled. All right, XBI. And I do not have a position. So what I just did is I sold the March 15. Yeah, Carl. I sold the March 15, 53 days to expiration. March 15, 85.80. It was like $119 of reward for $381 of allocation. I got three of those, close to about $1,000 allocation. And but depending on how much money you have, you could even get in for 73 bucks. So for that, you would just get like the 83.82 credit spread and multiply that out. Like let's say had $700 you wanted to do. It's just I recommend if you can find it and the liquidity is there and it makes sense, kind of with the chart and the area you're trying to sell, if you can size the width of the spread so that it gets closer to how much money you want to risk, it's better. The Greeks are a little more favorable. It's about the Greeks themselves are about 50% more favorable in each Greek than if you get a very narrow spread and multiply it up and leverage it up with lots of contracts. If you use that same money you would have spent vertically on all those contracts on a thin width spread, and then you widen it out, you're going to get a better response from movement and theta. It's going to be a little better theta, a little less delta, which is good. You're not going to be so at mercy of sensitivity. The market is just flying. The S&P 500 now outperforming the Qs. That's a little rare, but as I'm seeing it here, it's an all tides rising day, and 30-year rates are at 4.3%. This is still kind of like pulled up a little bit. And so if you have any way to, continue to allocate more, if you're doing the bond thing, you could get more 30-year bonds. Let me pull that up here on the chart. We'll take a look at that. Because as you know, when the Fed starts lowering rates, you'll double your money in about a year. And, regardless of if you cash out or not, you could just not. And you would be getting that 4.3% per year on your money for the next 30 years. And you can use treasury bonds, unlike any other asset. You can use treasury bonds as collateral for a down payment on real estate. Banks will accept treasury bonds as collateral for down payment on real estate. And so that way you're earning the percent return while the while the money, while the bonds are, while your down payment is taken care of. That's what I'm trying to think. Additionally, bonds are 80% marginable. So you could buy 80% more bonds than how much you buy on margin against the bonds you already bought. Not necessarily recommending that. Everybody check your risks with margin. That's for you to figure out whether or not you should do that or not. I'm not a financial advisor. This program is educational and entertainment content only. But that's what I've done. But so stocks are only 50% marginal at best. Some of them are not even that marginable. It depends on how solid the stock is. But 80% marginal. So like, let's say you could put all of your money into bonds, and on 30-year bonds is my recommendation. And for me, that's what I recommend for me. And then 80% of that you could use for trading or investments or more bonds, or just not just have available, or day trading, whatever it's your life. But I do recommend that everybody have tons and tons of experience before you even risk real money on the stock market. How are you going to get tons and tons of experience? Paper trading, being in a group like mine, or any group community of stock traders, being exposed for years. Paper trading, simulated trading, There's lots of amazing resources for that now out there. And there's some links in my bio and my profile for those kinds of resources. Be a fly on the wall. Oh, was this mic not turned up very much? Is this really loud now? I think it got turned down, huh? Now I might be blasting your asses off. I'm not sure. All right, well, there we go. I just turned it up. You need to learn to not use the word recommend. Yeah, I recommend it for me. Yeah. I highly recommend myself to get in. Yes, it's true. All right, you guys, that's it. Let's go back into the group. Those of you who are members, let's go make some money. Come on, let's get into the group. And if you have questions about what's good, what's hot, what to get in, or what should I do with, this, that, just post them and I'll answer your questions. All right. See you there. Bye-bye now.